Hi, welcome to another SWF Beach Life video. Today I'm going to take you on a shell tour. I'm going to take you on a tour of the Cape Romano Dome Homes and a dolphin show, so make sure you stay to the end. We started out in Goodland at the Goodland boat ramp. We had never taken a shell tour, so we didn't know what to expect. We parked in this giant boat ramp place, made our way over to this building, and we did eventually find our guide. Actually, he found us, so that's what you're going to expect if you take a tour out of this area. There was a little shop there, so if you were fishing, you can get your bait and your beer and whatnot. And this is the boat we took. We were really lucky. It was only myself, my husband, and one other person. So it was a small personalized tour, which was, I don't know, it was kind of nice. Beautiful day. Was a little chilly. The sun wasn't quite up when we got going, so if you're going in the winter months, I would recommend some sort of long sleeve or something, because it did get a little brisk out there on the water. So this is where we started. We're just kind of making our way over to the Shell Island. I had asked about the Dome Homes, and our guide took us there. In the distance, you'll see the Cape Romano Dome Homes. The Dome Homes used to be on land and were part of a vacation home built in 1980 by oil producer Bob Lee, who loved inventing things and DIY projects. These homes were self-sustaining, solar-powered, and even had a heat source under the floors of the house. Cool. I'm going to put a link in the description to an article I found where you can see pictures of these homes when they were intact and on land. The domes were actually a primary residence of the builder's grandson up until 1993, a year after Hurricane Andrew, which didn't do much damage thanks to the home's unique elevated and rounded structure. However, in the following years, the house was visited less and less by the family, and the other homes on the coastline that were harder hit by the storm were quickly abandoned one after the other. Tyler, our shelling tour guide, told us a story about fishermen who come and catch giant groupers from under these domes and take pictures with them. I've seen other articles where people talk about the amazing artificial reef that exists under these beautiful structures. In 2018, the ownership of these domes was transferred to the state. Their fate is still in debate, as there's been talk of demolishing them, so if you're in the area, go take a look while you still can. So here's where we start our shell tour. I was super excited. I'm going to get a horse conch and all these giant shells. So we started meandering and started picking up. I promised myself no Florida fighting conchs. But here we have a whelk. And here we have another whelk. There's some pretty lightning whelks. And here we have an olive. Make sure, if you're going on these tours, you bring your shoes. That I think is I don't know, I wasn't sure what that was, and I think that's a baby horse conch. It was kind of cool to find shells that I didn't know exactly what they were. Here we got a tulip. Another tulip. It was ultimately a pretty good day for tulips. So this is what I was talking about. Make sure you wear your shoes. I know this looks like sand, but if you really want to kind of get in and dig around, you're going to want to have those flip-flops or your water shoes. Here's another banded tulip. And another gnat. That's a good one.
Nice.
Here we got another olive. And there's an apple murex. Another tulip. Guess what? Another tulip. Looks like I'm going to go for that whelk. Just kind of sitting there. That also, we don't usually find them like in the sand like this, so that was different. That was kind of neat. I mean, we're used to digging through shell piles, but that's a horse conch for sure. And that's another tulip. Lightning whelk. Tulip. Not even going to say it. You know what that is. A little broken pear whelk, but that would have been cool. Look at that beauty. That's an apple murex. Beautiful. That's probably the best one of the day. Here's another olive and another olive. And one I didn't get. Here's another whelk. And another whelk. What do we got here? And another whelk. So I was expecting to grab those big old horsecock and crazy giant lightning whelks. Here we have, that's a pretty pair whelk. But it was not to be. No shell. I mean, we got a lot of pretty shells. Check out this guy. That's a spiny jewel box, but I found the top and the bottom. That was kind of cool. And another little tulip. A cone. Another apple murex. You guessed it. Tulip. Not sure what that is. So it was neat to find a couple, and I still haven't been able to identify them. So that's a lace murex. So if these other shells, guys, if you know what they are, please let me know. I got my shell book out and couldn't quite figure it out. I think that's a horsecock. Maybe it's a spindle. Looks like a apple murex, I think. It's hard when they've been a little bit eroded. So that was our shell tour. I didn't get those massive shells, but you know what? It was a beautiful day. Those domes were really cool. And look here. Well, why not end our little tour with some dolphins? Oh. Not gonna lie, this was super thrilling to see these guys just playing right behind the boat. Now, the tour that we went on, we did choose because it was more economical than some of the other tours. We went on the tour from Sand Dollar Shelling. They do mention that they're going to provide a dolphin show at the end of every tour, and sure enough they did. I don't, you know, there's going to be times when maybe it doesn't happen, but we were really lucky. And I was in a good spot. Oh, it was so cool. It's so funny to see them come out, and they come out sometimes kind of sideways. They're definitely playing, having fun. Great way to end the day. Aww. So cool. And there was a couple of them, so it was really, really, really fun to watch them. So now our trip is winding down. I just want to remind you, if you do go on a tour, make sure you bring your shoes, maybe a long sleeve shirt, obviously your sunscreen, because it is beautiful out on the water. Get lots of sun. So we started up in Goodland, up here. That's where the boat ramp was. We came down and around and saw the dome homes. That's where the dome homes are. Then we came up here and parked the boat. And then we were able to wander all along the shoreline there. So that's where we were, and we got our shells. And this was our haul. Not too bad. Again, not what I expected, but super grateful that I did get to get these. I got to see the dome homes and those really cool dolphins. Fun was had by all. So thank you so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe so you don't miss any of the beachy goodness that I provide every week.